Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on the freebie over on the Epic Game Store, so you guys can check that out. Couple freebies if you are an Amazon Prime subscriber that I'll give a shout to, and we do got some good deals from our good friends over at Green Man Gaming, so we'll talk that at the end of this video. Definitely some good stuff to check out there. But first of all, we have Super Meat Boy Forever available free over on the Epic Game Store. If you do want to check that out, add it to your library and it'll be yours free forever. You have until next week to add it to your library. The challenge of Super Meat Boy returns in Super Meat Boy Forever. Levels are brutal and death is inevitable. Players will run, jump, punch, and kick their way through familiar places and new worlds, all while enjoying a story truly meant for the big screen. Super Meat Boy Forever, the challenge of Super Meat Boy returns in Super Meat Boy Forever. Levels are brutal and death is inevitable. This is a game that did not get as well received as the original Super Meat Boy, so it is what it is, but still a game that you can check out. It's pretty iconic in terms of, Super Meat Boy is just relatively iconic as a whole, so you can check that out over on the Epic Game Store. And as far as Steam reception goes for the game, like I said, it wasn't that positive. Mixed all-time, 1,127 reviews, 56% positive as far as all that's concerned. I think a lot of that was for the price tag, given that it was available on mobile devices and it was much cheaper. What's better than playing through Super Meat Boy Forever once? The answer is simple. Playing through Super Meat Boy Forever several times and having new levels to play each time. We created over 6,000 level chunks and smashed them together to create new unique levels, and each time the game is completed, the option to replay the game appears and generates a whole new experience by presenting different levels with their own unique secret locations. We've handcrafted literally thousands of levels for players to enjoy and conquer. You can replay Super Meat Boy Forever from start to finish several times before ever seeing a duplicate level. It is truly a remarkable feat of engineering and a monumental example of ignoring limits of rational game design and production. So that game is available free right now over on the Epic Game Store. Go check it out, and then come next week, you'll have Aerial Knights Never Yield. Typically goes for $11.99, but it will be free come next week, so we'll give that a mention next week as we do get closer to that. But for now, Super Meat Boy Forever, again, available for free. Now, if you are an Amazon Prime subscriber, a couple games are available that I do want to note. First of all, we have Blade Assault, which Blade Assault is a pretty good throwback action platformer. Really reminded me, the bit I did play of a throwback action platformer from like the Super Nintendo days. Blade Assault is a 2D action roguelike platformer with beautiful pixel art set in a desolate sci-fi world. Fight against the corrupt military of Esperanza as a part of the resistance force of the Undercity. Bring the corrupt to justice by becoming stronger and fighting alongside your trusty comrades. The game has 1,671 Steam user reviews, and 77% of those reviews are positive. Was received fairly well after the devastating Redstone War. The world is divided into three regions: the mutant-infested outside grounds, the Undercity, where people have fled to seek refuge from mutants, and the Sky City of Esperanza, where the rich and powerful rule over the world. Fight against the corrupt military as a part of the resistance force of the Undercity. Bring the corrupt to justice by becoming stronger and fighting alongside your trusty comrades. It's a 2D action roguelike platformer with beautiful pixel art and satisfying fast-paced combat utilizing diverse skills, dodging enemy attacks by dashing, launching projectiles, slashing away mobs of enemies. Your attacks change according to the cores you select and the upgrades you decide to take on your run. So that's free over on Amazon Prime if you are a Prime subscriber. And then also Fallout, a GOG copy of the original Fallout is available with your Prime subscription. You've just unearthed the classic post-apocalyptic RPG that revitalized the entire CRPG genre. The Fallout special team allows drastically different types of characters, meaningful decisions, and development that puts you in complete control. Explore the devastated ruins of a golden age civilization, talk, sneak, or fight your way past mutants, gangsters, and robotic adversaries. Make the right decisions, or you could end up as another fallen hero in the wasteland. So that's also available right now. Obviously, most of you guys got into Fallout with Fallout 3, the classic Fallout titles, Fallout and Fallout 2. Much different in that they're classic RPGs, but, throwback titles if you do want to check them out. Alright, lastly, want to cover some really solid deals over at Green Man Gaming, our good friends over there. No Man's Sky, if you are an XP member, is 60% off for $24. The game recently had a major update drop, so, not a bad time to pick this one up. And No Man's Sky, obviously, whenever it gets down down to this price point, it's a worthwhile pickup given that this is a game that when you buy it, you're really investing into something that you're gonna get a lot of mileage out of, given that it's gonna get consistent updates and it's gonna get better and better. But yeah, you know, you buy it now and you're getting a much better experience than what I got 8 years ago when I bought it for $60. You're getting it for $24 and you're getting a far, far superior game. And again, for this price point, definitely worthwhile to check it out. And there's going to be a lot more updates to come with the game. They do a great job of updating No Man's Sky. Every, 6 months or so, year, you're getting some major expansions and updates that add a lot of longevity to the game. Survival games are never really going to be my cup of tea, but, I can still appreciate what No Man's Sky brings to the table in terms of, revitalizing a game. I won't say it's the greatest turnaround story in the history of gaming, because Final Fantasy XIV, I feel like, has a lock on that just because of where that game was and where it is now. It's just completely night and day. But yeah, No Man's Sky, 60% off, $24 on that. Next up, we have Disco Elysium, the final cut, 79% off for $8.50. Disco Elysium is a really solid game. Obviously, quite a bit of controversy when you talk about the development studio, publisher, everything like that. The game itself is great. Whether or not you want to sail the high seas to check it out instead of buying the game, that is your prerogative, but $8.50 for a great narrative-driven, methodical, choice-driven RPG, I just think is a great deal. And it's a game that's not for everyone. I mean, if you're looking for a fast-paced action game and you go into Disco Elysium, yeah, you probably won't like it, but as a methodical, narrative-driven adventure, man, Disco Elysium is a really great game, and for $8.50, a solid pickup there. Tekken 8 is 16% off for $58.79. Wanted to give this a mention because it went out of stock at GMG for a while, but they got it back in stock. Tekken 8 is great, and I strongly recommend it. Just an over-the-top fighting game. And the campaign, while it is fairly short, it's so worthwhile to go through that as well. Just a chaotic game, and great, soundtrack to go with it as well. I mean, these fighting games these days, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, they all got great soundtracks, so definitely worth a shout there. And lastly, we got Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition. It is 83% off for $8.70. You got Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth and Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory, two great JRPGs. I've always been more of a Digimon guy than a Pokemon guy even, and Digimon is always going to be something I'm going to be a little bit more biased towards. I believe another Digimon story game is in development, so fingers crossed that turns out well. I know that the studio working on it recently had a shakeup, or I believe the producer got changed. Something going on there. But, yeah, these games are great. A lot of retread in terms of content use, but, that's kind of to be expected. You're getting two JRPGs here for $8.70. That's a great, great deal that I strongly recommend. And, yeah, if you're looking for a Digimon turn-based RPG, definitely a good pickup there. But that is going to do it for me. Again, check out Super Meat Boy Forever, free on the Epic Game Store. A couple of freebies on a Prime Gaming if you are a Prime subscriber, and some great deals with No Man's Sky, Disco Elysium, Tekken 8, as well as Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. Links to everything, as always, in the description box below. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.